Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Your friendly neighborhood coach Pruitt here with you once again with one of our daily intro videos describing what we're going to be doing in class on Monday as well as on Thursday. So this week is a little bit weird with the schedule. Tuesday is a teacher work day because it's election day. So you guys don't have to come to school on Tuesday, which is great for you. Mr. Burrows and I will be here for a work day. So of course, if you need us, we'll be around. We'll be answering emails. We'll probably be reaching out to some of you and or your parents just to talk about grades, progress so far, all that sort of stuff. So odd schedule is Monday and Wednesday, even classes on Thursday and Friday. I apologize. So once again, odd is Monday, Wednesday, even is Thursday, Friday. So this video today is going to be what we cover on Monday for our odd classes and then Thursday for our even classes. So make sure that you check the date on the video so you know what day it is covering and for which classes it's covering them. So it's going to be a little bit different if you're in our even classes because we haven't seen you guys for a while, just the way that the schedule worked out with the cancellation of school because of the significant weather, all those sorts of things. So for my even classes, there is going to be a separate video for you guys that is going to be just about the content and the lecture that we're going to cover. So basically it's going to be me teaching, or the same things you would get if I were in class teaching you directly will be a separate video for you, which will also come out this week. Just so you guys are aware, I am leaving on Wednesday night to take a trip, and so I will not be back the remainder of this week or any of next week. Now, Mr. Burrows will be here with you guys every single day, so there will be several videos coming out this week because I want to make sure that I shoot daily recording videos for all the things that we need to cover for all the days that I'm going to be out. So it's pretty simple. You know, we're going to finish up our content this week. Into early next week. We'll recap Monday, Tuesday of next week will be review days, get you guys ready. Your test is scheduled for next Wednesday and Thursday, and then next Friday your task work is going to be due. So you can see again here those important dates. We've been telling you about those dates for 2 weeks now, but we'll continue to remind you daily until we get there. So that's kind of what's coming on the docket for the remainder of this unit, which is a little over, a little less than 2 weeks, I guess. So you guys can see the schedule for today. We're going to recap and go over the Constitution. Odd classes, you guys have been working independently for the last day and a half or so. So we just want to check your answers and then go through and make sure you know the most important stuff about the Constitution, especially the beginning of the Constitution. So what we asked you to look at was, how is the Constitution set up? What are all the different parts? What does each part do? So today we're going to go over that, but we're also going to talk about where did this come from and why is it set up that way. For my even classes, like I said, you guys will have a separate video that's going to go through the content, kind of a lecture sort of style. So you guys will have to check and see a separate video on that, but you guys will just be getting the bare minimum details because we haven't seen you in over a week. We've seen you 2 less times because of just the way the schedule worked out. Also today we're going to get started on something, and this is something we will work on for my odd classes. That'll be on Wednesday. For my even classes, this will be all day Friday. We're going to start working on creating some memes over the Bill of Rights. So one of the most important parts of the Constitution is those last 10, the last part, the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution, which is the Bill of Rights. And of course, the anti-federalists agree to this new Constitution because of the Bill of Rights. So it's kind of a big deal in U.S. history. Okay, so what I want to do is take you guys through, just recap over the Constitution, just slightly, and we probably won't even do that very much. But then we want to make sure that you guys know exactly what you need to do for the Bill of Rights memes, okay? So again, for even classes, you'll have a second video coming out that'll talk about lecture, go over all the notes, go over all the stuff you need to know about the Constitution. You will use that lecture while you're in class to watch on your own and then take notes on your own. I'll make sure and highlight all the important stuff and go through it. For my odd classes, remember what we were looking at, guys? Was the, in unit number 2 module, was the key concepts of the Constitution Organizer, which is a part of your task work. Very last thing, right, in the unit 2 module. Looks like this. So you guys were supposed to go through and find what all powers each of these branches had, and then tell us why it's significant. So in bare minimum terms for my odd classes, again, even check the other video for lecture. Odd classes specifically for your organizer. Legislative branch basically makes the laws. This is the Senate, this is the House of Representatives, so this part is Congress. And Congress, you will find, has a lot of powers. you could argue that Congress is the most powerful branch because of all the things that it does. So Congress is going to make the laws, declare war, print money. They're in charge of breaking ties. If there's election things, all of that sort of power goes to Congress because it's an elected group of officials. Each state gets a minimum of 2 senators and then a specific number based on their population in the House of Representatives. The executive branch, president, vice president, okay, they enforce the laws. Judicial branch is the Supreme Court. They interpret the laws. The powers of the states, this section just lists a few specific things that the states have the rights to do and then protects the states from abuses of power by being very vague and very general. This one is the process of an amendment. How could an amendment actually happen? So it's not like the articles where it had to be 13 out of 13 in order to pass. Federal power, it limits the powers of the federal government here and says that basically it can't do just anything that it wants. There are certain rules that it has to follow. The process for ratification, basically all you need to know there is that 9 out of the original 13 states had to agree to the new Constitution in order for it to pass. And then the last section is amendments. There are 27 total amendments to the U.S. Constitution so far. 10 of them happen at the moment that this is signed, and that, of course, was the Bill of Rights. So odd classes, we'll talk about this specifically in class today, and we'll make sure that you know the most important things. Again, for even classes, make sure that you guys check the separate video that's coming out. It's a lecture-style video. It'll probably come out tomorrow on Tuesday because I'll have time to record it since it is a work day. So now let's get to the meat and bones of what we're going to be doing for the next day and a half or so, which is going to be creating some Bill of Rights memes. So how do you get to the instructions for this? Same as always, you go to your Unit 2 module. So if you go to the Unit 2 module and you click the button, that's going to pull up for you guys all the stuff for Unit 2. Now, we have done a lot of these things at this point. The only things that aren't maybe done necessarily are your colonial soldier letter, which you can work on independently. The documents and writings, which we're actually going to do on Monday, so I want you guys to hold off of that for now. And then the Bill of Rights memes. So you can see we only have probably 3 things left to do. This one we're going to do in class the next couple of days. This one we're going to do on Monday. So the only one outside of class you need to do is the colonial soldier letter. So the Bill of Rights memes. There are 10 Bill of Rights amendments, which means that you're going to be creating a total of 10 memes. So that is correct. You do 1 for each of the 10 amendments in the Bill of Rights. Guys, we're making memes. Hopefully you enjoy memes as much as me and Mr. Burrows. We look at them often. We send them to each other. You know, if you guys are anything like us, you probably send your friends memes on the old Instagram or the Twitter or Facebook or whatever social media platform that you choose to use if you use something different. Everybody loves memes because they're funny. So what we're going to be doing is creating memes, and they can be as funny or as non-funny as you want them to be. They could be as truthful or realistic as you want them to be. So here you can see just some very basic information, right? This is the overall kind of idea of what we're doing. So I'm going to show you guys some examples on this video, but I'll also show you some examples in class. But basically what you're going to do is create memes, and then you're going to have to give me a little more than just that, all right? Because just making memes is not necessarily the best thing. So to download the document that you need that has your instructions, your rubric, all that sort of stuff, you would click the blue button. You can see that it downloaded down here. Or you can just click this little button right here that has a piece of paper with a magnifying glass, and that pulls up kind of the read-only version, okay? So first thing right up top I have given you guys is a link to the Bill of Rights, okay? I've also given you on the daily reminder video 2 videos that might be important to you because they cover just the Bill of Rights as well. And you, of course, have your Unit 2 Part 2 notes that you can also use. So between all of those things, between this website, those are the resources I want you to do to find information on the Bill of Rights. Please don't kind of just Google and go from there. Use the specific sources that I'm giving you, okay? So your assignment is to create your own original meme for each of the Bill of Rights amendments. We're going to try to use this website called ImageFlip. I like ImageFlip. It's pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. Sometimes the page may not load, especially if you have a school Chromebook. It may not let you, if you have the school technology, it might be blocked. On your own personal computer, you can definitely get to this one. Now, there's going to be a second video, guys, because this one's already been about 10 minutes long, on how to use ImageFlip and how to use this to generate your memes and go from there. So this is just going to be base information, okay? So you're going to create 10 original memes, one for each of the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution over the Bill of Rights. Okay, what I also want you to do is put each meme into a either Google Doc or Microsoft Word document. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your meme, picture of your meme. You're then also going to have to, and this is all on here as well, you're also going to have to tell me what is the amendment about. So an overall synopsis of the amendment, 3 to 4 sentences. And then you need to give me an explanation of what your meme means. Okay, so for this part, what I always tell students is pretend like you're showing this to your parents or grandparents, somebody who doesn't know what a meme is and somebody who doesn't understand what the meme is, right? Like we see a meme, we think it's funny, we know in our own minds why it's funny and it makes us laugh. Sometimes people don't get it, and then you have to explain to them what it is, what it means, and why it's funny. That's what I'm asking you to do in this assignment. Okay, so you can see here, this is an example that I have given you guys, right? So part of the First Amendment is the freedom of religion. So what I've done is I've created my meme here. So I've got this little, this little Jesus figure giving the wink. It's cool, bro. Okay, my explanation of what the amendment is about, you can see that right here. So I talk about what the First Amendment is. I mention all the parts of the First Amendment. I give a very detailed synopsis in 3 to 5 sentences about what the First Amendment is about. Then I kind of explain why I chose this meme, what it is supposed to represent, why it's funny or its meaning, right? So I'm pretending here like the person looking at this meme has no idea what memes are. They have no idea what the Bill of Rights is about. And so I have to explain both what is a meme, what is the First Amendment, why is it funny? Okay, and there will be, like I said, a second video that I'm about to shoot in just a second that will go into more depth and detail about this assignment. Okay, so just overall to wrap up, we are going to finish up the Constitution either on Monday or Thursday by talking about it, going over just a few basic notes of things we need to know about the beginning of U.S. government, and finishing up standard number 5. We're going to cover pretty much everything we need to cover. We'll cover it as quickly as possible. Even classes, check for a lecture that's coming out. It'll be just purely lecture video over the most important information. You'll get that on Thursday. We're also then going to start today or on Thursday and then take most of, if not all of class on Wednesday/Friday to work on our Bill of Rights memes. Okay, there will be a video that comes out in just a little bit that'll talk more about this assignment, go in depth about it, show you guys some examples. That's the basic synopsis. So that's where we're at. Remember that your test is next Wednesday and Thursday, depending on if you're odd and even. Taskwork is due next Friday. That's the 13th of November. We will see you guys in class as always. Feel free to reach out, send us an email, send us a reminder if you need anything at all. See you guys later.